Hey everyone, my name is Angie and welcome back to my channel, Angie Rose Nomad, and happy 2020. I hope this year brings you guys all amazing, wonderful things, and I hope you have a truly spectacular year. So, before we get into this video, I would like to address the elephant in the room. I know I suck at Bookmas, really bad, but there is a good reason, I promise. So I had filmed all of these videos trying to stay ahead of the schedule. I was trying to schedule videos to go up at certain times. And then I fell a day behind with last minute Christmas preparations. But no worries, I was just going to post 2 videos the next day and call it good. December 25th rolls around and my grandmother is having severe stomach pain. And initially we thought it might be food poisoning because the family Christmas party was Christmas Eve and I wasn't feeling the best myself, so I thought maybe it was just something she ate. But she finally says my stomach is hurting really bad, I need to go to the doctor. Well, the only doctor open is the ER on Christmas Day. So we take her to the hospital and the doctor says that she has an appendicitis. Apparently they can strike at any age, folks. So she had to have her appendix removed, and I had left my iPad, which is what I film on, at the hospital for whoever was staying up there so they would have something to do and they could watch things and stuff like that. So I wasn't able to post my videos then. But then we get the situation under control, everything is fine, she got out of the hospital, and the internet dies. Apparently AT&T does not like rural areas or providing internet service to said rural areas. So we were without internet for a few days, which brings us up to now. So hopefully if I plan future videos, the internet will stay nice to me and I can actually see them through. I had every single day up to New Year's planned for you guys, and I am so sorry it just didn't happen. I still think 10 videos is pretty dang good though. So in today's video, we are going to be doing my last book haul of 2019 part 1. These are the books that I got for Christmas. I was very lucky this year. Normally I am lucky to get 1 book from my family, but we'll get into that stack in a minute. I want to go ahead and show you some books that I was so kindly sent from the people in my online book club over on Facebook. I'm going to leave the link in the description down below so you can go check it out and become a member if you would like. So the first book that I was sent is Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Kane. So we're following the story of Gina, who is a wife and mother. She has a very average life until she discovers that her husband is a serial killer. So she kind of has to reinvent herself. She moves to this remote area and he goes away. He goes to jail. And she thinks that she's on the right track. She thinks her kids are doing fine. And then a body turns up in the lake. And along with the body, there are these letters that start coming. And they are coming from an all too familiar address. So she kind of has to figure out what is going on. I've heard great things about this and I cannot wait to read it. So next up we have Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is a rom-com that takes place at a Renaissance fair, and I adore the colors that they chose for the cover. Next up we have The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. This is about a woman named Alice who is feeling very stifled in her British life, so she marries an American man and moves with him to a small town in Kentucky. She quickly realizes that the grass isn't always green on the other side and just needs to do something. So she hears about this program that is looking for women to become part of Eleanor Roosevelt's traveling library. They become the pack horse librarians of Kentucky, delivering books to small towns. And she signs up and along the way makes amazing friendships. And this is the story of those friendships as well as the husbands or men in the women's lives. I cannot wait to read this one. I've had my eye on it for quite a while. So those were the books that I received from my online book club, and now a book that I received from my best friend. I squealed so loud when I opened this package up, and it is Secrets of the Chocolate House by Paula Braxton. So I am confident in saying that The Little Shop of Found Things was probably the read that stayed with me longest in 2019. This is the sequel to that, and it really surprised me because I normally don't like magical realism, and there was a lot of magical realism going on in the Little Shop of Found Things, but I was hooked into the story. I was hooked into the setting, which is really weird for me. If it goes beyond World War One, like past World War One, I have a tendency to get a little bored. Not so at all. So as soon as I got done with that one, I had to look on Goodreads to see when book 2 would be released, and I knew I would buy it eventually, but my friend sent it to me before I could. So that was really awesome, and I cannot wait to read this one in 2020. The next 2 books were from my grandmother for Christmas, so she gives us money and we can buy whatever we want, and I have had my eye on these 2 for a really long time. The first is Maisie Dobbs by Jacqueline Winspear. She seems like a beloved author on Booktube, and lately I have been really into female detectives, especially in the early 1900s. This seemed like the perfect route to go down, so we're following the heroine Maisie Dobbs as she sets out on her life of private detective work, and she has to confront some things in her past, but also try to figure out what's going on at this mysterious place known as the Retreat, where soldiers who aren't quite ready to acclimate back into regular life from World War One can go. So she's trying to figure out what's going on there, as well as deal with stuff in her personal life, and I am really excited about this book, you guys. I'm going to try and stop saying that about every book. Let's just go, because you guys know I'm excited about all of these books, because I love books, and who wouldn't be excited about a book? And the other one is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I don't know why this one drew my attention more than Circe. I feel like probably because I am very familiar with Achilles' story, so it might have been a better jumping off point for me than Circe. But if you have read this book, please let me know what you thought of it. I know the cover is really shiny. Ooh. And the last stack that I have to share with you guys is from my dad and sister. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I usually get about 1 or 2 books for Christmas. I think that they think I have way too many damn books, but I can't help asking for books because I like books, right? I mean, yeah, like we just discussed, I love books. So I was really shocked and so grateful when I opened this box up and saw these wonderful books in there. And I'm so grateful to my friends that sent me books as well. They were so generous and kind, and it really helped brighten the holidays for me. So let's get to this stack here. The first thing I have to share with you is a book that I've already read and adored, and it is called One Day in December by Josie Silver. This follows these 2 characters, and they kind of have a chance encounter. They lock eyes as she gets on a bus and he's on the sidewalk, and she begins her search for this mystery man. She knew there was a connection of some sort, but she doesn't know anything about him, like at all. So she is searching for this mystery man and attends a party, I believe, with her roommate one night where she gets introduced to her roommate's new boyfriend. You guessed it, it's Mystery Man. So that begins our tale. We follow Lori and Jack over 10 years of their lives, of their relationships with other people, of their friendship with each other. Oh my gosh. If you really enjoy Love, Rosie, I really think you will like One Day in December. Next up, I have The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I have been craving fantasy, and I heard about this book being compared to Game of Thrones, but more on the scale of grimdark, which was exactly what I was looking for. I don't really know anything about it other than Joe Abercrombie is a very popular author here on Booktube, so I decided let's give it a go. This next book I actually got from the library, and I could not finish it in time. I had it longer than I should have and did get a late fine on it, but that was okay. I was more than willing to pay this late fine. However, it was in December, everything was crazy, and I just couldn't read it fast enough. I was really excited when I received it for Christmas, and that is The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. If you've been around my channel for a while, you will know how much I adore Ruta Sepetys, and this is her newest novel. We are in Spain in this one, following a few characters under the dictatorship of Franco. Oh my gosh, I am really excited to pick it back up, and be on the lookout for this one in a wrap up very, very soon. This next book that I have to share with you guys, I actually got the previous book last Christmas. So if they release one every year, I can easily see it becoming a tradition. But that is Atlas Obscura Volume 2. This has different things in it than Volume 1, and it's also red. And the other one is white. And they look amazing together. But I want to show you guys the cover. So this is a book that compiles different places in the world and interesting things to do there that you might not have otherwise known about. So the cover is a map, and it says, "Let curiosity be your compass." I really, really love that quote. But in here, the state I am in Tennessee, I think we have one interesting place in Tennessee that made the book, at least, and that is the Body Farm in Knoxville, Tennessee. They have a bunch of decomposing bodies at this body farm where police investigators can go and learn more about decomposition and things like that. So really cool, really educational, but probably also a little smelly. Here we are, old friend, you and me on the last page. Bonus points if you know what show that quote is from. So the very last book that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this part 1 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the illustrated edition. I am so excited about this one, you guys. I have been collecting different versions of Harry Potter, but also the illustrated editions, and this one is gorgeous. They have so many beautiful illustrations to choose from, but I have to show you guys my favorite. I really did like the dragon ones in here, but that is not my favorite. My favorite is towards the beginning of the book, and it is right here. It is this shot of the burrow. So we have the outside of the burrow, and then we have the inside of the burrow on the next page. And I think that just looks amazing. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. So those were the books that I received for Christmas this year. Let me know if you received any books or if you treated yourself to some books. And stay tuned for part 2, where I show you my mostly used books book haul of December. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to become part of the tribe if you have not already. I will see you very soon with part 2. Bye!